Hello and welcome to Glorious Miniatures. My name's Julian, and in today's video we have yet another Sunday preview. It's the 19th of November 2023, and we have machine versus machine. The robots go to war in this week's Sunday preview, as two distinctly steely-eyed factions whir into the new edition of Warhammer 40,000. Beep boop. So first up we have Codex Necrons. The first of our two mighty metal militants this week are the Necrons, an ancient race of cantankerous robots who long ago traded the weakness of the flesh for the mechanical immortality. What could possibly go wrong with such a bargain? Yeah, well, we all know about that, don't we? Budding Necron Pharaons, that's you guys, can take your revenge with a codex that'll let you dispatch endless legions of pitiless automata on a mission to destroy the fledgling empires stinking the galaxy up with all their flesh. Inside the book you'll find 47 Necron datasheets, 5 individual detachments, crusade rules to awaken your tomb world, and combat patrol rules for Amon-Hotep's guard, which you can find out more about below. On top of that, there are sections on Necron history, society, the main dynasties, as well as a painting guide. Codex Necrons comes in 2 flavors, the regular tome and a strictly limited collector's edition with special soft-touch cover, unique cover art, a ribbon bookmark, and lavish green foil blocking. You can see both versions right here. I must say they are, I think, obviously the fancy version I really like. Obviously they're both very lovely illustrations, but I think I do prefer this, but I will not be getting it because while I do have a Necron army, I would actually have to sort of, I don't know, play the game to be concerned about this at the moment. So we shall wait for that, and let's see who we have down here. We got Imhotep the Stormlord. Imhotep is perhaps the mightiest Necron overlord in the galaxy after the Silent King, and he's catching up with worrying speed. The Stormlord is now returning to the galaxy in a mighty panoply of plastic, standing tall and flexing his clawed gauntlet of fire. Imhotep is a mighty Pharaon indeed. In battle, his hyperlogical strategic skills confer an extra command point every turn, while unnatural lightning strikes any foolish enough to approach. There he is right there, as you can see, looking pretty fab, doing a weird gesticulation with his hand. I like it. Will I get it? Doubtful, but we shall see. Let's see what else we have. We have Orican the Diviner, one of the most curmudgeonly Necrons in the galaxy. This sounds perfect for me already. Absolutely. Well, he's got a staff. He's got a weird, I don't know, whatever that is, tail thing. Orican is a master astromancer with many millennia of experience who turns peevishness into an art. Crucially, he's also perfectly capable of reducing his enemies to smoking craters of disassembled matter. As a master chronomancer, he affords his bodyguards a 4+ invulnerable save, and once per turn, he can channel cosmic alignments to triple his strength and attacks in combat. But that sounds pretty overpowered, potentially. I'd imagine that's pretty fantastic though in-game. Scroll down, see who we have next. We got the Overlord with Translocation's Shroud. Have a look at him right here. This one, I like the vibe of this guy, sort of. I don't know, I guess we'll see if we end up getting him. However, all the most on-trend overlords are traveling via extra-dimensional nether realms this aeon, and a Translocation Shroud is the coming thing at all the best royal courts. This clever little trinket allows your overlord and a squad of his best buddies, mindless thralls, to advance 6 inches every time, phasing through terrain, buildings, and enemy units as they move. That sounds pretty sweet. What squad would he go with though? That's the real question. Followed by the Overlord with Tachyon Arrow. Just because you can grab a trans-dimensional thing from your ancestral treasure rooms doesn't mean you have to. Plenty of other equally refined Necron Overlords prefer not to sully themselves by phasing their way through the gaucheness of enemy flesh. This particular Overlord, originally available only in certain box sets from the previous edition of Warhammer 40,000, prefers the elegance of a Tachyon Arrow, which launches a hyper-accelerated thunderbolt out to a range of 72 inches for a strength 16 shot that causes d6 plus 2 damage. Yes, you can only fire it once, but your puny foe won't need to be told a second time. Well, unless you roll a 1 on that d6 and you only do 3 damage. Yeah, I mean, that could be a potential 8 damage, obviously, but also a potential 3. So, potentially a bit swingy for a one-shot, but anyway. What else do we have? We have the Royal Warden. I really like this mini. This is the one I really like. Maybe it's because of the tactical rock, who knows. But this glittery fellow is a henchman par excellence. The right hand of any overlord with big dreams and undying legion or two just waiting to be roused. And rouse them the Royal Warden will, G'ing up any unit he's attached to charge or shoot even after they've fallen back. Originally available only in box sets in the previous edition, This is his first solo release. So finally he has got his release. I don't know if I did a tutorial on painting this miniature. If I did, check the top right-hand corner and hopefully I'll remember to put a link up to it. And if you don't see anything up there, evidently I did not do a tutorial, but I definitely painted him. Followed by the Combat Patrol Necrons. I see. So we got this big, what's this called? A Doomstalker thing? I don't know. I guess we'll see when we click on the actual words. Amhotech's Guard is a new Necron combat patrol, arriving with 19 miniatures for use both in games of Warhammer 40,000 and fast and furious bouts of combat patrol. Contains an Overlord with Tachyon Arrow, a Canoptic Doomstalker, I was correct, 3 Scorpec Destroyers with a Plasma Sight, 3 Scarab Swarms, and 10 Necron Warriors. Grab the combat patrol rules from our downloads page and check back next week or for a video on how to paint your Undying Legion. I definitely have painted up a tutorial for my Necrons, although I do need to do more because they tend to get shinier and more magenta the sort of higher up the hierarchy they go. Let's scroll down. What else we have? We have the Necron datasheets, cards, and dice. Those dice look pretty sweet, actually. The Necrons get the essential accessories treatment with a comprehensive set of datasheet cards and a packet of 16 six-sided dice with a faction icon on each six face. The cards include 47 individual datasheets for quick reference on the fly, 5 more for combat patrol, and 1 card to remind you of your army rule. Well, that's very important. Don't forget that army rule. Speaking of dice, I am considering getting some dice made. I will probably sell them in batches of, I don't know, 15 or something, 16, who knows. Would that be an interest to people? It would be my logo, basically, on the six face in either like a magenta or a bright orange, and I'm thinking black, matte black dice, just as a beginning kind of thing. It's obviously a very expensive thing. Let me know. Followed by the Codex Adeptus Mechanicus. Okay. The devotees of the machine god may have a mite more flesh than Necrons, but these stubborn cyborgs are no less truculent. They too are receiving 2 codexes, a standard edition and a collector's edition with a fancy cover, a ribbon bookmark, and red foil blocking. Yep, those are, I think it's what I like the illustration and the central sort of shiny bit and then the matte surround. I do kind of like that vibe a lot, which is probably why I'm liking these limited edition ones a lot more than like previous ones, which were just, you know, it just had the codex name and then the massive illustration. I like this a lot more. Yet again, not going to be interested in Adeptus Mechanicus. So, but both editions offer the same contents within. You'll get 30 data sheets covering every cyber soldier at your disposal, as well as 5 diverse detachments to help spread the good word of the Omnissiah. On top of that are some excellent painting guides, artwork, and sections on lore, plus rules for Crusade and the new Combat Patrol. Then we have Sindonian Skratos. The Sindonian Skratos is a supreme sniper sentinel sporting the longest legs in the grim darkness of the far future. They delight in taking out enemy troops or tanks with a choice of Radium Jezzail or a Trans-Uranic Arquebus. And while they loom large over the battlefield, they're hard to put down. You can't even target them more than 12 inches away. Well, that seems, you can't target them from more than 12 inches away. Wow. And he's that tall as well. Do you get some sort of stealth thing around him? And there he is right there, just a slightly zoomed in view in this very dubious central dangly bit. Let's scroll down. This is the new Combat Patrol, for the Adeptus Mechanicus, as you can see right here. Got some flying things, the dogs, and some other bits and pieces that I can't remember. Purge Corps Deltic 9 of the new Adeptus Mechanicus Combat Patrol, comprising 19 miniatures led by the portly tech priest Manipulus Scanned. Okay, that's what that tubby one is. He heads up a rapid response unit of 3 Cerberus Sulphur Hounds, which can also be made into Cerberus Raiders. 5 Tetaraxi Sterilizors, which may also be built as Tetaraxi Skystalkers, and 10 Skitari Vanguard, who may also be built as Skitari Rangers. They come with full sets of rules for games of Combat Patrol and make a fast-moving contingent for a Warhammer 40,000 army. Okay then, yeah, I will not be getting this at all. I like the dog miniatures. These flying units at the back, I really despise. I don't like them at all. I have no idea how they are in game. I just don't like the look of the minis. So that's a big old no from me. Anyway, scrolling down, we have the Adeptus Mechanicus datasheets, cards, and dice. What a surprise. This set of 35 datasheet cards comes with red foil edging, comprising all 30 Adeptus Mechanicus datasheets, 4 Combat Patrol datasheets, 1 Army Rule card, Complement your tabletop organization with 16 six-sided dice in classic Martian red, sporting the classic cog symbol on each six face. Red and white, classic look. For more dice, I'll bear that in mind as well. We got Kill Team Approved Ops, TAC Ops, and Mission Card Pack. This set of 57 cards provides the quickest and most convenient way to set up matched play games of Kill Team, whether they're competitive or casual. It's an official update to the previous Critical Ops card pack that includes a 2022 Close Quarters update, including map cards and TAC Ops specific to Close Quarters games. Okay, I guess that's good. Oh, hello. We got the Ironhead Squat Prospectors Scalvian Explorator. Let us have a look at this bad boy. So it's a tracked thing. Got your guns. It's got a weird hand picker up. I don't know, weapon, close combat weapon maybe? Evidently the unit sits in there and drives. It's pretty sweet actually. Go wild in the wastes with the Scalvian Explorator, a vehicular beast that veers off the trade routes, girdling Necromunda's deadly surface. Exclusively available to gangs of Ironhead Squat Prospectors, this beefy, all-terrain fortress on tracks can more than hold its own in even the most protracted battles out there in the Ash Wastes. And once you're done, you'll earn credits from hauling precious cargo. This is an expert kit made of Forge World resin. Of course it is. Without remembering too much, are these the tracks that they used on the other Forge World kit for the Cargo 8 Ridge Hauler thing? And they just made a different body? Are these tracks the same? I genuinely can't remember. I do really like the look of this kit though. Do I like it enough to purchase it? Well, I don't have any Ironhead squats for Necromunda yet, so maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. Let's scroll down to the Sungar, the Lady of Ash. I've not seen this miniature yet, I don't think. So it's got like a bird thing with metal claws and metal bits of armor on its neck and legs, unless they're cybernetic neck and leg bits, but I don't think they are. And she's got a sweet, just like a weird scythe kind of thing deal going on. Pointing hand, big thumbs up from me there. She's got a knife. I do like this miniature. I do like it. But let's read up on it. Of course, those meddling squats can't have it all their own way out in the deep wastes. The Lady of Ash is out there right now, leading the fight back for the Ash Wastes Nomads. Accompanied by her royal Macro Grapplehawk Terror's Shadow, a Sungar is a house agent, whom Nomads gangs may petition for aid in their struggle against anyone making the stink outside the confines of the Underhive. She's made of Forge World resin. But of course she is. This one, I do have the Ash Wastes Nomads. I will eventually finish building that kit, and seriously, I can't wait till the studio's finished. I've got so much painting to do this coming year. I'm going to be trying to crank out many painting tutorials. That's all I got to say on that. But it can't happen soon enough. It's probably going to be April though, which is driving me around the bend, but I can't do anything about it. So let's scroll down. The Ash Wastes Outpost. So it's the little building, the big one, a bunch of walkways, and the interconnecting thingamajig. Okay. Because thus far, I think we've only been able to buy them as part of the game itself, like the big box set, or as individual bits. So that's quite good. Give the Lady of Ash something to reclaim with this massive bundle of Ash Wastes terrain. It collects all of the Thatos pattern terrain kits for Necromunda, which are also well suited to games of Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, and Warhammer the Horus Heresy, including one HAB module, one extended HAB module, a large platform, a tall platform, a small platform, and 4 walkways, enough to build a substantial Ash Wastes settlement. Let's scroll down to the Black Library. Warboss paperback. With only one bastion still standing on the once unconquerable fortress world of Aranua, Warboss Gazrot Goresnapper should be basking in the light of impending victory. Instead, he lies dead beneath a decapitated Gargant's head. The biggest and baddest bosses from each of the 6 no longer united clans step forward to duke it out and become the next Warboss. But the Orc gods have other plans. A prophecy foretells of a mysterious gate that lies beneath the human city. The one true Warboss will be the first to find it, and will use it to return the galaxy green. Who will the Green Gods deem worthy? Find out in this Orky novel by Mike Brooks, available in paperback for the first time. Okie dokie. Followed by God Machines, a Titan Omnibus. Ooh, another omnibus for me to buy. Yum yum. The Titans of the Adeptus Titanicus and the Knights of the Questor houses of towering war engines. Each an effigy of the Omnissiah bristling with weapons, enough to lay armies to waste. For 10,000 years, these behemoths have stood and fought in service of the Emperor. This Titan-sized omnibus features 10 short stories from Black Library luminaries, curated into one paperback edition for the first time. Well, we got the German releases of 2 books. I can't pronounce any of those words except Araman. But 2 titles come to German language in paperback format next week. Assassinorum Kingmaker by Robert Rath and Araman the Omnibus by John French. In the form of Vindicare and Calidus Assassin are tasked with both eliminating a seditious leader and safely steering a pro-imperial candidate to the throne, if only their target wasn't the pilot of a massive imperial knight. The latter collects 3 novels, numerous short stories, all concerning Araman, the greatest and most hubristic sorcerer of the Thousand Suns. I like the sound of Assassinorum Kingmaker. I'm going to have to hunt down the English book of it. Yeah, I don't think I'll be purchasing that in German, but I like the sound of that. I might have to try and hunt it down. We've got some box games. Is there going to be more time? Is there going to be more time? No, one day, maybe. Space Marine, the board game. This week's final product brings the legendary Ultramarines Lieutenant Titus to Japan and China, alongside an endless horde of Tyranids in Space Marine, the board game. This quick-playing board game for 2 people contains Captain Titus himself, ready to hold off a tide of 20 Termagants and 2 Ripper Swarms. This product is available from selected retail partners. Okie dokie then, followed by... oh, a knitted Chaos hat and scarf. Okay. Even acolytes to the Dark Gods can feel the winter chill, and there's no better way to show your devotion and stay warm than with this knitted hat and scarf, set emblazoned with the 8-pointed star of Chaos Undivided, the Eye of Horus, and a bunch of skulls for good measure. Well, of course, we need skulls everywhere. These are on sale right now in the Warhammer web store and from selected Warhammer stores. Looking at merch, I also need to do a couple of t-shirts. I'm going to come up with some various designs somehow and hopefully get some t-shirts going for when the store goes live next year. Yes, so, you know, whatever. We've got Christmas pin set. If the ruinous powers are a little on the villainous side for your taste, why not show your devotion to De Red Gobbo with this set of 3 festive pin badges? Contains 1 pin of De Revolutionary himself, 1 of his untrustworthy Squig Bouncer, and a gingerbread Gobbo. Do like that one. This set is on sale right now on the Warhammer web store and from selected Warhammer stores. Followed by slipper socks. Wow, those are majestic things. You can keep your feet warm with 2 sets of Christmas Warhammer socks. 1 green and featuring the gruesome Gretchen visage of De Red Gobbo. The other red and featuring the, if anything, even more gruesome face of a squig. These 2 are available right now from Warhammer web store from selected Warhammer stores, except in China and Japan. Okay then. Well, that sucks. I guess if you're in those countries and want these, probably the red ones might be the ones for me. And then there's Warhammer Plus stuff, which we don't go over on this channel at the moment. Maybe in the future, once we get monetized and I can start affording to sort of do things like that, we might be able to look at Warhammer Plus as like a monthly thing. I think this is, where are we? Okay, folks, so it is the 19th of November today. Next Sunday, I'll also be doing a preview video. The following Sunday, I might be doing a preview video. That is the day that I'm actually moving into the new house. I will obviously have my laptop. Hopefully I'll be able to record this video and edit it, but I'm not getting internet attached until the 5th. So the 3rd of December is going to be very iffy in that regard. However, that does mean the 10th of December, I'm going to start streaming this rather than doing a video for it. There's going to be a lot less wasted time between the article going live and me publishing this video at several hours on my dodgy internet. But I'll be going live just before 6, streaming for an hour or so, going through it, all that sort of nonsense, having a chit chat. That will be from, I think, the 10th of December. So I'm really looking forward to that. So these reviews, these articles are coming to an end in the sort of current format. So, you know, just make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss those going live notifications. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks and goodbye.